because you don't even know exactly where to look. That's how controlling Spain was the whole entire game. Where they were doing, the red one symbolizes these unsuccessful passes, but all the other ones, all these green ones, were the successful passes which Spain were managing to do. Let me remove these unsuccessful passes. Look at the ones that they made going forward. Look at the ones that they made going forward in all this thing. It looks like it's all full of confusion here, but let me try to make it even more clear. Let's show you the key passes which helped this team to actually do something. Look at this, and look at the numbers of players who have been playing those key passes. Number 19, that's Yamal. Look at number 10, Dani Olmo. 18, Zubemendi. 8, Fabian Ruiz. All these guys, we have been watching them every single time. Nico Williams, Yamal, all these guys, they have been dominating this whole entire tournament. And it has been proven today. Even with the assists. The assist came from Kukurea, the winning assist. The other assist came from Yamal, if I'm not mistaken, which was the assist which won the game. Let me remove the key passes. Let me show you the other assist. From Yamal, a 16-year-old, passing to Nico Williams, who scored a goal. Something has to be looked at in terms of how this team of England is. The way they were very useless, the way they could not control the game. And you have to say that Pickford saved them. And now I'm gonna show you something that is very, very fun. Look at where the passes, the assists came from. Look at all the assists. The first goal was assisted in the which direction, and who scored, and where was it coming from? And if you remember so well, the position of how England were playing, who was playing in this position? Let me show you somebody who was supposed to be covering that. And this is very important. I need to show you what this guy was supposed to be doing in terms of what he was supposed to be doing exactly in terms of what exactly he was meant to be doing. Look at this. Number 2 is Kyle Walker, by the way. Number 2 is Kyle Walker. Look at this. And England is the one in blue. Look at like Kyle Walker. This was when he lost the ball. Look, it's very funny. Let me just put all the defenders of England. And how many times are we seeing John Stones covering the position which Kyle Walker was expected to? Remember, England were playing in a back three if you were watching. How many times did we see this guy? Look at where Gay was playing. Gay was meant to be playing on the left side of the defense of England. And the fact that this team of England were so exposed on the right side, which Kyle Walker was trying to cover, Gay had to play so many times in the position which were not meant to be his. Stones had to cover Morley on the right, which meant that it was exposing the box where you would expect to see somebody like John Stones to be. Exposing, forcing Luke Shaw, who was supposed to be working here, holding on as a left wing back, had to come back and become a defender. So England, to be honest, in the whole entire game, they were playing as let me try to think of the word. You might think I'm insulting. They were playing as a back four of the defense, but they could not stop Spain. They were playing as a defensive, and they could not stop Spain. And somehow this guy is the guy who were told so many times that, well, he is the best of all. He is the guy that we have to look at for something. We are told that he is the guy that can do it all. This guy we call Johnston, we call Kyle Walker. They tell us that this guy is the best we have seen in football history in terms of being the best England right back. And this is the reason why a player like Trent Alexander-Arnold is not allowed to play, because they look at a guy like Kyle Walker, who they believe is actually way much better than what these guys were doing. And that's why we saw something like this. This was how England was playing. From Pickford, he hits it so long, it goes either to Bellingham or it was going to Saka. If it was not going there, it was going outside. Sometimes when it gives to Kyle Walker, it comes back to John Stones. And There's a thing that I need to highlight to people that who might think that maybe I'm just trying to look at the things that are not fair. Let's go back to the chalkboard. I need you to see something here. There's a player who I'm gonna highlight, which is very, very important because we are looking at these guys and we need to first facts and look at what they've been doing. I'm gonna highlight somebody in terms of the distribution. There's a guy called Declan Rice, and it's very important that we look at him because this guy is being rated as one of the best in the world. And it's very important with what I'm going to be doing. Look at the successful passes that Rice managed to make in the position he was making. Can you tell me which of oh, okay, let me do this. I think this is going to be harsh, but I think it's very important. Let me highlight him alongside with Rodri. And in fact, I think the best way to make it look better is to take out Declan Rice. Look at the Rodri's successful passes going forward. Look at him, the way he's passing going forward. How many of them are facing on the direction of attack? How many things when he's passing, he is giving of course to Yamal, and whenever he's coming from this direction, he's trying to score from inside. This Rodri's pass made, by the way, of successful passes. And let's look at some of the unsuccessful passes which he tried. All of them, the pass going forward, and this was blocked maybe by somebody from England, and sometimes at the position of going to attack, it was blocked. This is a DM, somebody who's playing as the defensive position of Spain, and most of his passes are going forward. Let's scratch that. Let's put Declan Rice, the guy who's playing the same DM, who, by the way, has been praised by so many people as one of the best. Look at the successful passes and the unsuccessful passes that he has made. Look at this. Let's look at the unsuccessful passes first. How many of these, and I'm not trying to pick on this many people, how many of these are going forward? How many of his passes are literally going forward? And this is a guy who's expected to produce something that can actually affect the game, which can actually give something. How many of the passes which has been made by this man, which are going in the direction that gives at least a pass a chance to actually create something meaningful? These passes, I can guess maybe you are trying to look for Bellingham, but look where it's going. I cannot even see at least a pass that is going first on the direction of goal, because they're scoring here. If you see my mouse there, they're scoring this side. His passes are sideways, back to Stones. Look at how many passes he made to at the backside. He has more passes going backward than the ones that are going forward. And this is a team that is expected to win something. And you think that maybe we are being too harsh? Maybe we are looking at this too much. Let's look at these unsuccessful passes. Here, maybe he was trying to create something. Here, the long ball, and sometimes I wish I had a video to show you how these boils that you are seeing here that are all going forward, the way they were hit. Some of them were clearance because they were under attack, so it meant England had to clear the ball and it had to go somewhere. And this happened the whole entire game. Here, you can see from the position he was clearing from here. It was because he was in defensive position. Here, it was after winning the ball, he was hoping somebody get it. Here, it was in the defensive position. Here, it was a clearance because he was under attack. No, or many of those passes where maybe you say, oh, that was clear, that you maybe spotted the Saka's movement, he's passing it well. This is a shambolic of a team. And maybe this, because this is not the Declan Rice we've seen for us now. Maybe this is what is being told to play by the manager, who's Gareth Southgate. Maybe this is what he's telling him. This is what he's telling him to play. Let's look at the other guy, and this is very important. Let's look at the captain of the team. Let's look at the guy who is expected to be the winner of the game. He's a number 9, by the way, and you have to keep that in your mind. He is a number 9. What do you know of a number 9 to do? Stay in the box. Can you show me any position, any pass that Kane made which showed he was in the position of Spain's box? In the Spain box, can you show me even one? We are looking at his pass man. Look at that. He's playing in the Saka role, or maybe should I say maybe Kobe Minor role. Look at that. He's playing the Phil Foden or maybe Bellingham role. Here is a position where Bellingham's supposed to be. Here, maybe he's trying to be Luke Shaw. Here, maybe he's playing, maybe trying to be John Stowe. Here, oh, Kyle Walker needs some help. Let me go try to help him. These are the reasons why this England team actually achieved nothing. And you might think that I'm being too harsh on Spain, on England. Look at now, I highlighted the successful passes, the unsuccessful pass from open play, key passes, assists, anything that Kane could have done the whole entire game. Look at this. And this is a team that is expected to win magically the final. In what world, people? In what world? In what world, when you have a captain who cannot even do something meaningful and actually produce something that you can hold on and maybe smile about? Okay, the only player that I can say in this game I was impressed with when it comes to England, I have to say, the guy that everyone has been making fun of, Jude Bellingham. He was playing at the left side. Look at how many passes he was making going forward. Look at how many times he was dropping to become a defensive player. Look at how many times he was coming back to help out with the ball, move with the ball, trying to be the link-up man, trying to set it up, trying to produce something. He was doing everything he could do. This was the key pass where he was setting Cole Palmer because he was in the 18 area. In the 18 area where you expect Kane to be in. He was the guy who was in there, set it up, and guess what? Cole Palmer was able to finish. That was the only shot that made sense for England the entire game. This is very bad, people. This is very bad. And let's look at Phil Foden. And let's talk about Jude Bellingham. Phil Foden was trying, people. Look at how many unsuccessful passes. And this is the painful part about this England team. This one eats me up a bit. How many chances are you seeing Phil Foden trying to cross within? Of course, this was a corner. And look at this. There is crossing inside. But the time he's crossing this, it's a 63 minutes. Who is in the pitch by then? Harry Kane. So who will get to that ball? Look why he crossed it at 60 minutes. Who was in the game by then? Harry Kane. Who exactly is going to help this man produce anything? It doesn't make sense. Let's put on Saka. Look at what Saka was doing the entire game. Look at what Saka was doing. Trying to run with the ball. Of course, when he was bringing the ball backwards, because there was nobody up front who can help him. Nobody. And when he gets the chances, he's crossing within. And it's been blocked because there's nobody. This was at 75%. That's when we had Ole Watkins in the game. That's when we had the likes of Ole Watkins. And there were successful passes. Oh, look at when he started actually crossing in the 18. Was when Harry Kane was out of the game. The whole entire, to even make it look very weird. Let's look in the first half. How many times they tried to cross from within? Here he was crossing to Kyle Walker, if you're not watching the game. He crossed to Kyle Walker. He passed it to Kyle Walker, who tried to return it in here, but there was nobody in. When I actually put on Kyle Walker to highlight Walker, look, this was the pass from Saka going to Walker, who crossed it. You see, at 15 minutes, he crossed it to Kyle Walker, put it back in, but there was no Harry Kane. Look at where our Harry Kane was. Here. Who can get to that when your number 9 is here? Let's try to look where Bellingham was. He was trying to be in there. Let's try to look where Phil Foden was. He was trying to be in there. This is the whole entire thing of England, and that's what you think maybe this guy is going to achieve something. But they can't when they are not doing what they can. You don't have the runners inside, and you think you can produce something that will win. You don't have creators. And the funny part is this. It's an entire tournament that is over, and the most guy who have created more chances for England is actually Trent Alexander-Arnold, a guy who has played how many minutes? The entire tournament. And it's funny that I've made the whole entire 22 minutes about England, but Spain won the game their side. Let's go back to let's go to Spain. Let me just highlight to you what a teenager is doing. Let's look at the guy who just turned 17. Let's look at the guy who just turned 17. Compare him with the guy who has been playing them. Look at this. This 19 represent Yamal. Yamal. This Yamal people. This Yamal Lamal. This Lamal Yamal. Look how much impactful he has been compared to the guy who's playing his same position at number 7 in Saka. I'm not picking up at Saka because Saka was not getting the distribution, but look at the work rate of this young kid. Look at the work rate of this young kid. He's there helping in defense. He's also there helping in terms of building, attacking, trying to produce something, successful passes, going forward. He is doing something amazing. Let's try to highlight Nico Williams. The whole entire page of mine has been covered by one kid. I have to take out Yamal because I can't compare Yamal and Nico at the same time. And who was playing the same position which this guy was playing is Jude Bellingham. You can't even compare these two together. This was Nico Williams. He literally ran the game. He literally run the game. So you see the difference between Spain and England. The other team are there to play football. The other team are just there to watch the other team playing football. This is the problem. And as much as it felt like I was coming after the English players, no, I wasn't. I was literally trying to show you the reason why England lost is because the work rate is not there, and it's because of the system. The system that Gareth Southgate has set up for this team doesn't help these players that are around him to actually be successful, to produce maybe something that you can say, okay, this is what works for England. It cannot work because they are not producing what is actually helping the whole entire team. And maybe I'm being too harsh. Let me know in the comment section. We watched this game together, people. You can tell me something different. I'm all here. I want to hear from you guys. Why were England this terrible? Why were they terrible? Why did they allow this time of Spain to actually play football? And the stats don't lie. People might try to hide it. The stats don't lie. And I'm gonna make this now is just for fun. This is just now for fun. Alvaro Morata did not score anything for Spain. So did the Harry Kane did not do anything for Spain. Who was more impactful for the other team? And Alvaro Morata, the way he was set up, he had to play as a false nine. The reason why he was playing as a false nine is because they knew that they had enough to go forward. So they had to make this guy become the guy who was behind, to be so important in terms of how he was distributing the ball to actually help the team going forward. And he was trying by all means to be very, very impactful. This was it, people. Spain were so good in everything that they did. They played so well. They were all over. And they won the game because they deserved to. They won the game because they deserved to. They deserved to. How many shots goals for these teams? How many shots were goals? And it's shown this part so that we go to goals. How many goals were actually goals from these teams? Blocks, shots on target, and shots off target. This was the whole entire game. So the entire two goalkeepers had nothing to do. Yet the other team won. The other team didn't. That's the whole entire story of today's game. You just have to show what you're capable of doing as a team, and you win the game. And that was today's game. I'm so embarrassed watching England do what they did. They might be angry, they might be shouting, hitting